Buddy, let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kristaps Porzingis.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Suggs out there with Black. And it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Celtics, White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Horford and Porzingis are manning the post positions. And it's Holiday in at the one.
Here we go.
Greg, we've got two of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
Now, here's Banchero. Over Horford. And it's Banchero missing. Here's Brown. It's hauled in by the Magic. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, it's often a game of very slim margins, and those close losses somehow sting even more.
And so White will bring it up for Boston. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, David. So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Brown outside. Boston, no good that time either.
Yeah, they might want to think about a high percentage look the next time down.
Suggs looking around. Pass to Banchero. Porzingis with the block.
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
And Brown throws it down.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Black. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Banchero was screen on White. Black kicks to Carter. Three-pointer. That one's in, his first shot this game.
I like it when guys like Carter Jr. test their range and get rewarded.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Holiday. Outside, White. Pass to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. And he drops it in from the low post.
Well, for Porzingis, that's just easy money. I'd keep going to that until they stop it.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
And how about the numbers here for Jrue Holiday? He's really stood out for them over the past month. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Magic have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlisle. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues, and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any.
Yep, I would agree. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Orlando leading. Here's Banchero. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skills?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding.
And on paper, Paolo Banchero has so many appealing attributes. His size, build, the ability to find shots. You can easily see why scouts were enamored with this guy as a prospect.
He gets that one.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And here is Suggs. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Tries to save it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. So it's the Celtics now. Brown deciding where to go with it. They get it back. Outside Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Clock at 6. Boston needs to get off a shot. There's Brown with the 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Now Suggs still scoreless. Banchero right side. And the layup's good off the glass.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Now here is Holiday. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates. Racking up the assists, so important to team chemistry.
Here's White. Mr. Porzingis fires the 3. Drills the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 5 points so far.
Well, the thing is, you got to be very careful when Porzingis gets that catch-and-shoot game working.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Taking a look at Boston. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And checking out Orlando. 2 spots down.
And, you know, for Boston, they've been on a tremendous run this season. All the pieces were in place coming into the year, and they haven't missed a beat. Great chemistry, great coaching, and potential to do some great things in the postseason.
Yeah, no one is taking them lightly. This is a team with everything you really need to make some noise in the playoffs.
Now here's Brown. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go. Holiday against Suggs. Pass to Wagner. And here's Banchero. Stolen by Holiday. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Brown jams it in.
Well, check out Brown getting flashy. That'll get him fired up.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Black. Pass to Suggs. They set the pick. The shot comes out.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Screen by Porzingis. Here's White. Traps in the tray. White's got his second basket of the night.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Suggs. He has yet to score. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. To the paint. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Banchero.
Always a threat to score. Banchero, that time with a sweet find.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. 4-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
Now, Wagner following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Banchero inside, working on Horford. Count the basket. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
Tracking the feed, Franz Wagner locked in on that shot.
So it's the Celtics now. White with it. He has 5. Brown outside. Here he goes. It's hauled in by the Magic.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Suggs against White. Suggs dishes to Banchero. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
All right, a chance to check out numbers for Black. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 6 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Hauser's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Drew Holiday. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And they're on the 2K leaderboard of the teams that have been tormenting opponents defensively this month. The Celtics second.
Well, you have to praise their defense over the last month. They've been working as a team to put almost constant pressure on opposing offenses. Just terrific stuff.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Mo Wagner's checked in for Wendell Carter. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Black. And Anthony subbed in for Suggs. Now here's Brown. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Orlando trailing here. Now here's Anthony. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Brown outside. Porzingis with a screen on Wagner. The 9-foot shot. And it's Brown missing. The Magic have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Anthony. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Luke Cornett comes in for Al Horford. And Derek White subbed in for Brown. Here's Pritchard. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Isaac against Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis with a screen on Caldwell-Pope. And it's White missing.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Well, Greg, Boston didn't just win the title. They won their 18th NBA championship in style.
No series went more than 5, going 16-3 in the postseason, Kevin. Half of those wins were by 15 or more. The Celtics really weren't even challenged during that title run.
Here's White. He has 5. Mr. Porzingis takes the 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. The Magic have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Caldwell Pope against White. Anthony with it. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. The Celtics making a switch here. Walsh is checked in. And a switch here also for Orlando. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Wagner. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Boston shooting 33% here in the first quarter. White inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Pass to Walsh. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Anthony. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. So, Stan, we have a second-generation player in front of us, and next to us is Dad. Cole Anthony, he has his dad's gift, don't you think, for passing the ball?
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot more scoring gift than his dad had. You know, and the thing I love about what Cole has done, though, I respect so much, is he's accepted that role coming off the bench, and he's been such a great weapon for them.
First one falls for him. Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise, and looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches in jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
Did a lot of winning down there.
We did. Well, we all know Cole Anthony can score the ball, but he deserves more credit for his defense. He's a high-energy player who likes to make things difficult for opposing guards.
And here's Caldwell Pope following the three-pointer by Derek White. Banchero looking around. And that one, good.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
.26 seconds left here in the first quarter. Caldwell Pope against White. He lobs it up. Isaac with the steal. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Wagner. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like the
previous play is under review.
Off in time.
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor, but replays here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
Derek White has been on display for Boston. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
The Celtics shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. The guards are Pritchard and White, and it's Walsh in the power forward. That's the Boston 5. To the middle, here's Cornette, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Cornette's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Celtics. And Anthony's got the ball here for Orlando. Trailing by 2. Banchero is screen for Anthony. Kicks it out to Banchero. Got a hand on it. Goes back up. And Boston with the rebound. Here's Hauser. Still without a basket. From outside the arc. A shot by Pritchard, no good. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Banchero outside. Anthony sets the pick for Banchero. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for the Celtics. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
And a moment to see numbers for White. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And with the ball in his hands, he is an outstanding distributor.
Well, he is so unselfish. That's why guys love playing alongside him.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Now here's Anthony. Back to Banchero. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. And it's 8 points for Paolo Banchero.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Here's Hauser. Still scoreless. 4 on the clock. And it's White missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Shakes him. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
What's up?
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Wagner. Back to Anthony. Wagner with a screen for Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Well, Anthony knew the spot he wanted to get to off the pick and executed.
White against Caldwell Pope. Now here's White. Defense right on him. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Wagner's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Banchero. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. White the pass to Hauser. And Stan, after a few down years, the magic has been recaptured here in Orlando.
It sure has, Kevin. They've had great draft picks. They have a couple of young franchise cornerstones. They've got size. They've got guys who will continue to improve. This team's got a chance to be really, really good going forward.
Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Wagner. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
Yeah, look, that's a Drew Holiday special. Turning defense into offense.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Anthony, the pass to Banchero. Back to Anthony. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Anthony's got 5 now.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Celtics have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Then for the Magic. Carter comes in for Wagner. And it's Suggs in for Anthony. Cornette passes to Porzingis. Here's Hauser. And here's Holiday. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Isaac outside. And he stays with it. Over in the corner, Banchero. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Caldwell Pope's got it all tied up now for Orlando. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Isaac. Porzingis can't hit. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Banchero kicks to Caldwell Pope. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, there's a unique profile for Wendell Carter Jr., a tremendous rebounder and shooter, and now he's playing on a pretty good team, and he's a big reason why.
He sure is. Look, he's really big at 6'10", 270. All right, top 20 in the league in rebounding and effective field goal percentage. Can shoot the 3. Great blend of size, skill, and toughness.
Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think, number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive.
Well, quick feet get Caldwell Pope straight to his bucket.
Celtics trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Holiday dishes to White. Shot clock at 6. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Kristaps Porzingis.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Austin making a switch here. Brown's checked in.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
No one near Isaac as he lets it go. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got his 4th rebound in this one. Suggs against Holiday. Down low. Here's Cornette. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Suggs following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
Well, watch Carter Jr.'s control. He sets a solid screen and then shifts right to his spot.
Celtics trail by 4. Outside Holiday. Brown with the screen on Suggs. Back to Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Magic have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Suggs passes to Banchero. Back to Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Now, here's Suggs from deep 3-point territory. Holiday with the defensive effort.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. And Orlando has possession. Following the bucket by the Celtics.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Now here's Porzingis. 17 points for him last game against Toronto.
Yeah, and he also put in major work on the boards. Just an all-around dominant performance.
Here's Suggs. Inside. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Over Banchero. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And, guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Walsh is checked in, and it's Pritchard in for White. Franz Wagner's checked in for the Magic. Black comes in for Caldwell Pope. That free throw, good from Banchero. Around mid-season, Stan, when you were coaching, would you still try out new plays and tactics and schemes? Or was the recipe set? Was the formula in and that was it?
Well, Kevin, the bulk of what you do is set, but you're always tinkering. And as people start figuring you out, you've got to have counters to what you're doing. So your system is always evolving. You're always trying to get better, and you're always doing new things.
And so here's Orlando, following the three-pointer by Boston. Suggs with a screen for Banchero. The shot that time, not on target.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
And stolen by Wagner. And here we go with the Magic fast break. A nice shot by Black.
Well, you got to credit the quick thinking on that play from Wagner, seeing a chance to grab the steal and swiping it.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Celtics. Pass to Walsh. Back to Holiday. Screen by Porzingis. Here's Pritchard. A three-pointer, no good. Orlando trailing here. 1:53 left in the first half of basketball. The 10-footer off the left rim and out. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. A nice shot by Black.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Holiday. After the Magic pick up 2. Pass to Porzingis. A minute 20 left in the first half. And it's in there. Porzingis has got 6 points in the quarter. Now, Wagner, 11 points last game. Here's Black. Pass to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Boston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Brown. Up and in on the layup. 8 points for Jaylen Brown. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
It's a close game here in Boston. Carter with a screen on Brown. Wagner kicks to Carter. Back to Wagner. Some solid defense from Brown. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Pass to Holiday. Here's Pritchard. Hasn't made one yet. Lobs it up for Holiday. And stolen by Wagner. Suggs passes to Banchero. Wagner outside. Out to the wing. Misses for 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Celtics lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend, let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest. You know what I was just thinking about, fellas? The NBA has lots of bright lights, maybe too bright for some.
Speaking of bright, Ernie, can we wear sunglasses on the set? You know, I'm looking at Shaq's head, and it's really that wax he put on his head. Oh, my God, it's just glaring in my eyes.
Well, it deflects away the haters like you, Kenny. Glad to know it's working.
You have any extra, Biggin?
You don't need it, Ernie. You always shine.
And as we review this first half for the Celtics, still anybody's game.
You look at their success so far, and the result is great execution. They're playing within themselves and within the system.
Which I suppose accounts for the low turnover total. Or that's just me. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Paolo Banchero, guys, has been exceptional.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, he's also a pretty good actor. He sells fouls really well.
Here's Holiday. And so in the game for the Magic, underneath in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Black is out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Wagner in at the 3. Now here's Brown. It's a 1-point game. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Magic. Banchero's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Here's Horford. Nails the baby hook. Horford's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Celtics. The Magic trail by 3. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Black, the dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Porzingis. The Magic have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Now, Wagner, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go.
Well, once Wagner gets downhill, it's lights out.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Takes a step back. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And that one falls for White. Well, Coach, Boston has been so close to that 18th NBA championship banner, finally able to win the title last season.
Yeah, they've been to the conference finals 6 times in the last 8 years. Lost in the 2022 finals. They got over the top with 2 additions. Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Those guys really helped.
In terms of defense, Greg, the Magic have taken some big steps forward.
Oh, they really have. It was a focus for them last season, and it has paid off. They were the kind of team nobody wants to face, and it led to their first playoff berth since 2020.
No good on the second free throw. Boston trailing. Here's Brown. Takes it inside.
Attacking the rim at full speed. No one wanted to get in Brown's way.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Suggs against Holiday. It's stolen by Brown. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. There's the lob to Brown. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And that one's good. Wagner's got 6.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And here's a look at the stats for Brown. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's averaging about 19 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
And Holiday kicks to Horford. Wagner against Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's White. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. White's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
And the length of White is kind of surprising. He's got about a 6'8" wingspan, and that helps him down low.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. Number 1, the Celtics. The Magic in 3rd.
And this is the kind of shooting these teams would love to have all season long. I mean, they've both been on a tear here of late.
And Wagner's got the ball here for the Magic. Carter outside. Banchero outside. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. White finds Holiday. Horford with the screen on Suggs. Outside, Horford. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Wagner passes to Suggs. Back to Wagner. Lays it up off the glass. Wagner's got the lead up to 4 now for the Magic.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Boston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Holiday looking over the floor. Horford sets a screen for Holiday. Pass to Brown. Takes a 3.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Wagner outside. Carter outside. Carter with a screen on Porzingis. Here's Banchero. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Horford.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
That free throw, good from Banchero.
Well, Paolo Banchero's got size. He can handle. He's very capable offensively. A lot of upside for this guy.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Celtics trail by 5. White with it, picked up by Suggs, and Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's vertical is still sneaky good. At 6'4", he's capable of hammering it down.
Magic have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Banchero kicks to Wagner. Banchero against Horford. 6 to shoot. Banchero passes to Wagner. Shoots over Brown. The Magic again can't hit. For Boston, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Pass to Porzingis from past the arc. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Porzingis has got 16.
A big man with big-time range. Porzingis is a legit threat from three-point land.
And here is Suggs. Now Banchero. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Black. And so he makes both from the line. Boston has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Brown dishes to Horford. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Orlando leading. Wagner passes to Banchero. And the basket is good. Banchero's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you look at the strength of Banchero. He was built to finish through contact.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Now here's White. 17 points in the game. Here's Porzingis. Rejected by Banchero. Shot clock at 5. Horford with a screen on Carter to the inside.
No real surprise there. Banchero's blocks are something we're getting used to seeing.
And then Carter with the dunk.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Brown with it. 10 points for him. Horford with the screen on Wagner. Brown against Wagner. Now here's Brown. Defense is right there. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Paolo Banchero. For Boston, they have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
The first free throw is good.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Brown drops them both. Orlando leading by 4. Now, here's Suggs. No scoring in this one. Caldwell-Pope passes to Carter. Now, Suggs. No good with the triple. Brown outside. A 3 off the mark. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. White with the double team. For three, Caldwell Pope. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Suggs. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paolo Banchero. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch. And that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
White against Caldwell Pope. Outside, White. Suggs with the steal.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. For Boston, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. Nothing on the board. Pass to Horford. Banchero grabs the board. Banchero's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Baseline try. That's good from Suggs on the assist by Caldwell Pope. And the Magic lead by 5.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Boston's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Horford with the bounce pass. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, he's called the unicorn for a reason. Porzingis doing unicorn-type things tonight.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He has 5. And it's sent back by White. Pass to Pritchard. Out to White. Horford against Banchero. And here is Horford. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. On the clock. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Celtics trail by 3. White with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Brown jams it in.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. The Magic have gone 8 of 16 in the 3rd quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. To the middle and stolen by Horford. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Wagner's checked in for Carter. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Banchero. And Anthony subbed in for Suggs. Now, here's Wagner. 8 points for him. Isaac kicks to Anthony. Hits the 3-point bomb. Anthony's got 8 points.
Working off the ball. Anthony looking comfortable from that spot.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Anthony. Here's the screen. White looking around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Orlando leading by 3. Anthony kicks to Wagner. Pass to Wagner. Back to Wagner. No good on the 3. And for the Celtics, they're shooting about 42% so far. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. With this break in the action, here's a look at the teams that have blocked the most shots in the NBA this last month. The Celtics second, fourth the Magic.
I mean, I love the interior defense both these teams have been playing. I mean, the shot blocking numbers are off the charts.
The first one falls.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Orlando leading. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Wagner outside. And Wagner has it in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Wagner missing. This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game. Drew Holiday. He's checked in for Pritchard. The Celtics shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Pass to White. Here's Walsh. White a screen. Holiday with it for the lead. Drills it from outside. Holiday's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Holiday finds ways to score inside and from beyond the arc.
The Magic trail by 3. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Anthony finds Wagner. It counts, and the foul. That one is on Holiday.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Well, guys, from day one in this league, Wagner has been an exceptional free throw shooter.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Hauser misses. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Holiday against Anthony. Over in the corner, Isaac. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Orlando out in front, up 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Magic leading by 3. We've got Holiday, and it's Cornette in its center. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Holiday against Anthony. Pass to Pritchard. Now here's Porzingis. And it's Holiday at the elbow. Here's Cornette. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Yeah, just an instinctual pass by Holiday. The moment he saw the opening, he was moving the ball.
Here's Anthony. Inside, here's Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Celtics trail by 6. Outside Holiday. Hauser the pass to Pritchard. Porzingis with a screen on Anthony. Here's Holiday. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Banchero's got 11 rebounds in the game. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Banchero knows how to get to the line. He's drawn fouls at an elite level from his very first day in this league.
Shoot 2.
That free throw, no good.
And he's letting a lot of points get away at the free throw line tonight. It's got to be frustrating to have all that hard work not pay off.
He hits the second from the line. Now Holiday. Wide open look. And right through it goes.
Well, that's Holiday using the threat of the drive to get defenders on their heels, and then he pulls the string.
Anthony against Holiday. Here's Isaac. Banchero outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, Banchero earns his points there. If he has to get them at the line, then that's what he is more than willing to do.
And he can't hit the second. It's tipped and stolen by Wagner. And Isaac throws it down.
Yeah, and Isaac, he just makes dunking look easy. It has an incredible reach and quickly gets up off the floor to throw that one down.
Pritchard passes to Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. And the 3-ball is good.
You got to respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
Anthony, the pass to Wagner. Wagner with a screen for Banchero. And Pritchard pulls it down.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Outside, Porzingis. And the 3 off target.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Banchero. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Suggs, he's checked in for Cole Anthony. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. The coach told his players, hey, they're feeling the pressure over there. Keep pressing. Keep fighting. They're starting to crack. Now let's get this game even. Guys?
Thank you, David. To the paint. Here's Holiday. Rebound by the Magic. Isaac outside. Porzingis with the block. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Hauser. He's covered by Suggs. Nice ball movement by Boston. Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Bounce pass Suggs. Banchero inside. Wagner drills the baseline jumper. And the Magic lead by 4.
Well, not a spot we normally expect Wagner to attack from, but nice to see him expanding his game a little.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Suggs against Holiday. And they call an illegal screen here. Here's a look at the schedule for the Magic. On Sunday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Tuesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Toronto where they'll take on the Raptors.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
The Magic making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Down low, shoots. It's deflected. Brown with it. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, that pull-up is a signature shot for Brown. He's mastered it.
Anthony against White. Caldwell Pope with the screen on White. Suggs in the corner. The Magic again can't hit.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. White the pass to Cornette.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
They get it again. Outside for Caldwell Pope. No good on the triple.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
And Brown throws it down.
But when it comes to rebounding, one of Brown's old coaches once told him, you have to want it. Well, he wanted it right there.
Banchero up top. Wagner on the wing. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Celtics have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. They now take the lead. Brown's got 13 points in the second half.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Orlando's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Now, here's Suggs. Wagner has screen on Horford. Banchero passes to Wagner. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You have to appreciate the unselfishness of Banchero to look for his teammate there.
And it's the Celtics ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Pass to Horford. Wide, a screen on Banchero. Cornette kicks to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. That doesn't go either for Brown.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
To the middle. Here's Caldwell Pope. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 6 assists here tonight.
Caldwell Pope is a well-practiced shooter. Once the ball is in his hands, he's into his motion.
Brown outside. That doesn't go either for Brown.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Here's White. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jalen Suggs.
Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
And that one falls for White. Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Orlando also making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Wagner. Franz Wagner comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Anthony Black in for Cole Anthony.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Suggs against Holiday. Banchero right side. Good work defensively by Horford. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. Pass to Horford.
The wily old vet, Horford, drawing contact around the rim.
Free throw drops for Al Horford.
You know, I don't think Horford gets enough credit for his defense. He's been an impact player at that end for a long time.
And Al Horford drops them both.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Orlando trailing here. Here's Suggs. Carter outside to the inside. Here's Banchero. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Banchero's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
Oh, great job by Banchero. Not getting impatient against the defense. Not all young guys deal with pressure that well.
For Boston, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Holiday against Suggs. Holiday, the pass to Horford. Wide, a screen on Banchero. Porzingis finds Brown. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Banchero's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Black, guarded by Holiday. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Banchero. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Once he gets the ball inside, it's tough to deal with the natural strength of Banchero.
Oh, free throws, good from Banchero. Boston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Outside, White. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, we've seen White's confidence as a scorer grow over time, which is why he stays aggressive when he catches fire.
Holiday against Suggs. Wagner outside. Banchero, a screen on Holiday. Suggs, and Suggs throws it down.
Well, he's got that clutch gene in him. Suggs digging deep when they need it.
Outside, Horford. Outside, White. Pass to Brown. Holiday against Suggs. Back to Horford. And Brown now atop the key. Pulls it up. Horford no up.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Inside, Porzingis with the steal. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Porzingis can't hit. Orlando leading. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Black. Launches a three. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
And here's Brown outside. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Banchero's got his 16th rebound on the night. Suggs kicks to Banchero. Pass to Carter. Austin grabs the miss.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
The Magic making a switch here. Caldwell Pope checked in. And both free throws good for White.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
1:10 left in the game. Back the pass to Banchero. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Banchero's got 8 here in the quarter.
Used to these big moments from his college days. Banchero's heartbeat should stay low here.
Up top, Brown. He's defended by Wagner.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And he commits the intentional foul. .43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They double him with Horford. Banchero outside. Lock at 6. Caldwell Pope outside. Fires for 3. That one, no good. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
Brown wide open. He fires. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And that's an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
And Boston has possession, trailing by 4. And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get it quickly.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Outside, White fires from way outside. Can't connect. And so it's Orlando winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Paolo Banchero.